Time management. Business owner, why you never have time? Why you have always this problem? Every time somebody asks you something, you tell him, if it is a colleague, an employee, your family, I don't have time, I'm in a hurry, I really focus on what I'm doing. Why you always feel that sensation, and the reality is that you are always in a hurry? In this video, this is Luca Papa. I will explain you what are the problems that you are facing that brings you to this situation, and what you could do in order to solve this problem. I met thousands of entrepreneurs in the last few years through the digital coach activity, since we train entrepreneurs in order to scale their business and improve their life. But the majority of them, they start from a point where they really don't know how to do this job, how to do the entrepreneur job. This is a reality, and the result is that they are always in a hurry. They live most of the time their activity like a problem, much more than the dream they began with. This is something that you should not accept, even if I know that you get used to this situation, because it has become your routine, and so at the end you can continue with this situation for maybe for 10-20 years, but it's not the life that you want, and it's not what you wanted when you started up your activity. So you should do something to change the situation. What can you do? First of all, you have to solve the problem coming from the fact that you, most of the time, you are a technician, a specialist. I mean, not all entrepreneurs, but the large majority of entrepreneurs that I met in my life, they were a technician, a specialist, employed by someone else before starting up their own activities. This is a problem because most of the time they continue to be a technician, most of the time even an employee of their own activities, once they are an entrepreneur, technically speaking, but in the reality they are not. The problem is that you do a job, the job of an entrepreneur, with the skill set, the mindset, and everything that came from your technical background. But there are two different jobs, completely different, and the second one, entrepreneur job, is much more difficult than the previous one. So you need a new skill set. You need to learn how to manage all the situation that creates all the inefficiency of your company. So at the end, what you should do is to learn as an entrepreneur, to learn what does it mean to become an entrepreneur, to improve yourself with all the skill set of an entrepreneur. That means marketing, sales, administration. That means also people management, legal questions, and a lot of things that you don't know how to manage. That's the reality. But there are some areas that are much more important for the majority of entrepreneurs. For the majority of small entrepreneurs, small business owners, the key area is the marketing and sales area. Since we are in a new world, this area is based on digital marketing, lead generation, and digital sales, much more than traditional marketing, traditional sales. But anyway, the digital marketing and digital sales area is the critical area where you should improve your skills, and where you should build a structure. Why I'm telling you that? You are always in a hurry because you are worried about your revenues and your cost. I mean, you don't always have the confidence to say, okay, I can relax because I'm making enough cash and I don't have so many costs, so my activity is okay. Because you're not good at sales, and you're not even good at containing costs. But the reality is that you can have a much more leverage effect if you work on sales than if you work on just on cost of your activity. So once you improve your marketing and sales skills, what happens is that you will be able to sell much more, twice, 3 times, 5 times what you were selling before. That means that you have more revenues, more cash, and more opportunities to relax, because your company is safe, your salary is safe, your family is safe, and from this new perspective you can change your mindset. What do I mean with changing your mindset? I mean, since your economic situation is okay with much more sales, you will be more relaxed, and you can work on priorities instead of working on urgency. That change totally change the game, because when you work on priority, you improve day by day your company, your business, and everything. When you work on urgency, you are just surviving with your companies and with your also management skills. You are just surviving, that's it. Once you work on the company and you build your skill set and you improve things in marketing, sales, management of your company, everything will be much better. And so the more you focus on important things, the more your economic situation will improve, and you will get much better results with much less work. That's the entrepreneur job and not the technician job. So if you want to learn more about this subject, you can ask us for a free consultation. We are specialized in digital scaling up. Helping entrepreneurs to scale up their business, scale up their revenues, at the same time improving the quality of their life and their time, since you can do more with less time. That's the idea. If you want a free consultation, ask us for this consultation here in below somewhere, and will be a pleasure to assist you. Bye bye.